What's going on, guys? Today I'm gonna be showing you my planche workout, how I train planche. A lot of people wanna learn how to planche, but it is such a complicated movement. People constantly are skipping the progressions, just trying attempts and just trying to planche. So I'm gonna show you how I progress in my planche training, going from 0 all the way up to that full planche. We wanna make sure that we're hitting each progression, and when we feel comfortable at that progression, then slowly moving up using bands, doing negatives, and doing some pseudo planche push-ups. Wanna make sure our form is perfect while we do these progressions so that we can elevate and progress faster. And stick around to the end because I'm going to do some weighted planche training where we actually use weights in order to strengthen our planche. A lot of people don't know that you can use weights for planche training. However, I'm going to do so almost as like a burnout, so make sure you stay to the end for that. So I'm gonna have my guy Mike here in the background. You could just ignore him from time to time. However, I am gonna run through this workout. I'm gonna start with the warm-up, show you how to properly warm up for planche because it's super important so that we don't get injured. It is a very injury-prone movement, so we have to make sure we're nice and ready and warmed up. And I'm gonna take you through my planche workout. Let's get to it. All right, so like I said before, I'm gonna start with warming up with a band. I love to warm up my shoulders. I actually tore my labrum back in 2017 and had surgery, so I wanna make sure that I'm nice and warmed up, especially for this planche training. So I'm gonna do external rotations. This is external, it's out straight. Make sure we keep our elbow nice and tight. Internal rotations, and then straight arm presses with the band, making sure I lock out my elbow and work on that eye, the elbow, to make sure we warm that up because that's the key to planche. So here we go. I do 20 reps per each workout, make sure I'm really warmed up. Now that I warmed up with the bands, I'm gonna warm up on the ground or on this parallel to warm up my hollow body. I wanna make sure I'm super warmed up with my hollow body because that's what's gonna help me hold that planche for longer. So I'm gonna do scapular retraction, protraction, and do a little bit of planche lean. Now that I'm nice and warmed up, I'm gonna start my planche training. I always like to start with the hardest progressions first while I'm fresh. However, I am gonna use a band today because I'm not feeling 100%. So I'm gonna use the band to give me a little bit of assistance, but I'm gonna start with full planche, being that that's what I'm up to in my progressions. I can hold the full planche for around 2 to 3 seconds, and then I kind of lose my form and fall. So I'm gonna really work on my full planche today, but I'm gonna start with the band. What I'm working most towards right now is full planche presses. I wanna be able to press up and go back down to full planche and stop and hold for 3 seconds. So at first, the first few sets, I'm just gonna hold to really warm up, feel the position. That's what the beautiful thing about a band is, that it allows us to get in that position, feel what it's like to be there, and it builds muscle memory up so that when we take off the band, hopefully we can hold it the same way. So like I said, I'm gonna start with the band, do a few holds, and then I'm gonna work on my press. If you're not up to full planche, you can do this with tuck planche, you can do it with straddle, you can do it really at any progression. Bands are our best friend when it comes to planche. So as you guys can see, I'm starting to fail now. I'm starting to get super fatigued, so I'm gonna switch to straddle. Now I'm gonna go down a progression. I'm gonna try one straddle without the band. I'm gonna max out with the band right after and go straight into it. Let's see if I can do it. Nope. So I guess I'm a little more tired than I even expected. So straddle with the band it was. I'll probably do that for another like 2 sets, and then I'll totally go down a regression. I'll do some tuck planches without a band, and then we'll get into that weighted section, the bonus part at the end. Now that I'm super fatigued, I was barely able to get 2 presses with the band, and usually I can do more than that, but I'm gonna go down to tucked planche, really advanced tuck planche. I'm gonna do a lean, going into an advanced tuck, try not to lean any more forward than that and elevate my hips and then go back down. I'm gonna try one tucked press to start because I think I might be able to do one and then do the leans. Let's see, let's give it a go. So I'm gonna do a little burnout now. I'm gonna go L sit to full, L sit to straddle, L sit to advance, and just hold. I didn't really do much pushing work today, so I'm gonna do some tucked planche push-ups at the end there. Probably max out, usually get like 3 or 4. This is a great way to train, especially because you're just holding it there for a few seconds. A few seconds will turn into a longer hold, so just keep doing it. Planche is something that just takes a lot of consistency and a long period of time, so you build up your tendons and your muscles in order to hold that position. It's very difficult, so don't get frustrated. So like I said, I'm gonna do a burnout right now. We're going L sit to all types of planches, and I'm gonna burn out with those tuck planche push-ups. So I did a few extra sets in there. I don't want to make the video too long. So I did tuck planches a little bit more and a few more straddles that I felt okay. My form wasn't great, so I went down progressions as you saw there. So now I'm gonna show you guys the bonus, the weighted planche training, right? So we're gonna use some weights here. We're just gonna make sure we're in a hollow body position as if we were planching, right? Nice hollow back and keep that core nice and tight. And we're gonna be working on our straight arm strength when we do this. We're gonna do some presses and we're almost gonna do like a low bench. Here we go. So lay back, use a nice light weight. You don't need heavy for this. Straight arm, nice hollow body, pressing up. All right, we're gonna go for 10. Now I'm gonna do that low bench as if I'm doing a planche push-up, just upside down. Whew. If you do 3 sets of 10 reps of each, you will be gassed. This is a great way to end your planche training. Like I said, you don't need to go heavy here. We're really just working on the form and getting those planche muscles super fatigued. And for the final workout, we're gonna use a plate. I love this one as well. We're literally mimicking a press, but standing up. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna be in like a planche position. We're gonna hollow out our back, flex our glutes, and keep that core nice and tight. Arms straight, eye of our elbow facing up, and we're gonna mimic a press. Boom. This is like a handstand, planche. Handstand, planche. We're gonna do 10 of these as well. If your planche muscles aren't on fire, then you gotta do more. Do more weight, do more reps, I don't know, but you gotta do more. All right guys, so that's how I train planche. When I feel good, I start with those really hard progressions where I don't use a band. I try to get used to how I feel with my weight. You don't wanna always use a band, otherwise you're never gonna get used to your own weight. So make sure you're not using a band all the time. I start with no band as much as I can. If I really need a band, like today I was fatigued, so I needed that band for that full in order to reinforce my form. Once my form started to go, I went down to that straddle. Once my form went on that, or I started to fail, went down to tucked, and then I went down to the weight. So I really maxed out my training today and really put my body in a good position to get used to that planche. This is a great way to train. If you are someone who's just a beginner, you're gonna be doing just beginner workouts. You're just gonna do the leans like I did in the beginning for a warm-up, or you're just gonna be doing those tuck planches, L-sit to tuck planche. All those are really great, but make sure you hit the fundamentals, use a band if you have to, and make sure your form is right and you will learn the planche eventually. It's not something that happens overnight, so stick with it, don't get discouraged, and you will get there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. Also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at core_calisthenics. Check out my website, corecalisthenics.com. I have every single workout I know on there and me explain the right way to perform it in under 1 to 2 minutes. Check out our Core Calisthenics shop where you have t-shirts, wrist wraps, ab wheels, chalk, resistance bands, parallettes, all calisthenics gear for the cheapest prices possible. And stay tuned for my videos every single Saturday at 12 p.m. noon Eastern time, and I'll see you guys in the next video.